Hello and welcome to KDP with a Twist podcast. I'm Tammie Chrin, a self-publishing enthusiast, and I'm dedicated to helping you grow your business by adding a new twist to the KDP self-publishing world. I've been branding booklets for businesses since 2018. I'm the founder of KDP for B2B, which stands for Kindle Direct Publishing for Business to Business. We'll explore how to leverage your KDP self-publishing skills by helping businesses create branded booklets featuring their content. If you're interested in starting and growing your own KDP for B2B business, you've come to the right place. I'll introduce you to a few ways that you can get paid to help businesses create their own branded booklets without keywords or ads. Yes, that's right, without keywords or ads. This is what I call a triple win. The business elevates its brand, adds value to its customers, and stands out from their competition. You get paid a setup fee for each book created, plus you can make money for every book sold. And customers feel as though they have received a gift and something they will use and love. Join me every Tuesday as I will share some practical tips and advice on how you can get your own KDP for B2B adventure started. Are you ready? Let's go. Welcome to KDP with a Twist. I'm Tammie Chrin, and today I'm going to talk to you about what do you say when someone asks you what to do. Now, this came up in my Facebook group, and this was a question I've been asked a few times, so I thought I would address it. And it was about, what do I say when someone says, what do you do? Now, there's a couple ways I can go about this, depending who I'm talking to. So it's going to be really something you want to think about. Who are you actually talking to? Are you talking to a potential client? Are you talking to a person who's just asking because they, it's conversation, which could always lead into a book. So, I don't want to leave them out as not being able to answer those questions. But what I usually say is I brand booklets for businesses. And the reason that I use that term is it's not perfect, but it kind of explains a little bit more about what I do. If I say I'm a self-publisher, it doesn't sound like I'm in a business of self-publishing. It sounds like I've self-published a book, which we have, and I have, and I'm sure you have. But what I find is that if I say self-publisher, it doesn't open up the door to talk about creating branded booklets for businesses. When I say it that way, it seems to intrigue people, and they kind of understand it, so they want to know more. So that's what I came up with. It's been a very tricky way to explain what we do when we're working with businesses and creating books, because there's so many different facets to self-publishing. You can do the literature books, you can go down the path of just doing the workbooks, things like that. Like we all know about self-publishing. And if I say KDP, that no one even knows what KDP is if they're not in this space. So KDP doesn't work. Even Kindle Direct Publishing doesn't work because they think Kindle, they don't think it's a real book. So I came up with branding booklets for businesses. And that's usually how I get my topics started. If I'm just out, having, social time or someone I run into and says, oh, what have you been doing? And I brand booklets for businesses. So then it becomes you're an entrepreneur, and this is something you can do for somebody. I also have done, I'm a self-publishing entrepreneur. I've done that one. So then it means I'm a self-publisher, but I'm an entrepreneur. That means I have a business around self-publishing, and it gives a little bit more where they'll tend to open up a little bit, ask more questions. So that is my one tip for you on what do you say when someone asks you what you do, because it has been, believe me, a tricky one. I've had people ask me, well, branding is something different and it can mean different things. I'm like, that's true. But it's also the only thing I personally could come up with is I brand booklets for businesses. And I just use that one all the time. So feel free, obviously, to use that if that helps. Like I said, someone asked me that question in my Facebook group, and I thought I would share this with you about what I say and how I approach it. Now, if I'm talking to somebody who is a self-publisher, then I can use more of our language like KDP, and different publishing platforms. People know a little bit more. But I'm really talking about if I'm out and someone just wants to know what I do for a living. And I create branded booklets for businesses. And it seems to work for me. I'm using it. I'm going with it. And feel free to use it when you're out and about talking to other people, because you never know where that conversation will lead. They may know somebody who wants to brand their booklet for their business, they'll talk to somebody else. So keep it simple, keep it high level, depending who you're talking to. And so that's that one tip for you. The other thing that came up that I thought I would answer for you is that what do I use to promote my branded booklet business? And what I found is the simple way is to create an Instagram page, a Facebook page, have it sort of that way on your social media, and that you're reaching out to businesses that way. So if I had a business go, oh, can I see some of your books? I say, sure. And I give them my Instagram page. So it's different than my personal page. So I created a business page, and that's what I have been doing. Now I've evolved into a little bit more and do have some, I do have a web page for my whole other side of my business and things like that. So I could create a landing page. It's up to you, whatever you want it to do, what you want to do with your business. But I don't want anybody to get so like you have to create this whole website and pages and all that. You can really use your social media, just create an account for your business, and then you can direct people right to that social media page with your books. I would definitely display what books you've done, give them an idea of what it's all about on the page, and you can do a description and something like that. So those are my 2 tips Tuesday. And that is something, if you have other questions, you can always ask me here, or you can jump into my Facebook group. It's KDP with a twist, and happy to answer questions for you. And if you want to get on my email list, which I highly suggest, that's where I can start giving you information of what is coming up, because I have some really great things coming up for you to really get this business off the ground. And there's a lot of pieces to it, but it's when I break it down into smaller chunks, it'll be so much easier for you. So get on my email list so you have I'm going to putting together a quick start KDP for B2B program for you, and I'll have an accelerated one and a little more of a deep dive one for you. So get on my email list. I'll leave drop the link down below in the show notes, and I'd love to hear from you. Click likes, subscribe, tell your friends. I'm grateful for you, and have a fabulous day. For joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you know anybody else struggling with KDP and not making sales, or even having trouble with ads and keywords, please share KDP with a Twist podcast, or have them subscribe to my YouTube channel. At KDP with a Twist podcast, I will be going over lots of strategies every Tuesday, and I'll be putting this information into small chunks, so it'll make it easier to digest. And then you can get started making money with KDP for B2B ASAP. For more information, go to my website. Make sure you get on the email list so you can stay in the loop with all things KDP. My website name is my name, Tammie Chrin. That's it, TammieChrin.com. TammieChrin.com. It'll also be in the transcripts below. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. And thank you for your time, and bye for now.